that is what we will achieve, a company of average leaders. We agreed that we needed more exceptional leaders with profound strengths that matter. And that's my encouragement to readers now. Dive into this book, choose an area that matters, and go for exceptional. Kevin D. Wild, VP, Organization Effectiveness and Chief Learning Officer, General Mills, author of Dancing with the Talent Stars, 25 Moves That Matter Now. Introduction. Like a gigantic pendulum swinging, there has been a dramatic shift in the world of leadership development. We have moved from a focus on fixing weaknesses all the way over to a focus on building strengths. Without question, it is the most profound change in this realm to occur in the past 50 years. While the idea was talked about by Peter Drucker in 1967, it has only been in the past 5 years that it has taken hold. We strongly doubt that the pendulum will ever swing back. There is too much good research supporting the fundamentals that underlie this shift in thinking. The emphasis to date, however, has been on discovering strengths. This is an obvious and extremely logical beginning step. Books have been written about the importance of understanding your personal strengths and then employing those existing strengths to your advantage. These books and articles have focused largely on the various tools and techniques for identifying one's strengths. These range from self-assessment instruments with as many as 240 items to much simpler, briefer questionnaires. Some would argue that it is rare for individuals to be truly capable of seeing either their strengths or their weaknesses. We would fall in that camp because of our extensive work with 360-degree feedback instruments. Self-scores are not highly correlated with the collective opinions of those who work around a person on a regular basis, nor are most leadership self-assessments highly predictive of those leaders' business results. Why this book? It is one thing to ferret out the things you are good at doing. Making that discovery is obviously of great value. But now what? It is nice to know what you are reasonably good at doing. The bigger question is how you can dramatically improve that skill or competence so that it truly becomes one of your signature strengths. Why? Because there is a huge mound of data that proves that it is the people who have profound strengths who produce the best results. The more such strengths they have, the better the results. We found in our research that there is a huge incentive for leaders to develop 3 to 5 traits, behaviors or competencies, call them what you will, so that these strengths are at the 90th percentile in comparison with the rankings for other leaders. When that happens, both the leader and the leader's organization truly flourish. But like Sisyphus pushing the rock up the hill, only to have it roll back, many leaders do not know how to transform something they do reasonably well into something that is truly exceptional. If it were easy, they would have started doing it. If they knew exactly what to do, they would have been well into doing it. For example, let's use a common target for leadership development. In reviewing thousands of development plans for leaders, we find that becoming a better listener is a frequently selected target. Doing a few reasonably obvious things propels you to the 75th percentile on listening skills when comparing you with others. These would include things like stop talking or don't interrupt others when they are speaking. Getting your behavior up to a B level is reasonably easy, but moving from this being a B in your list of leadership behaviors up to being a solid A is more challenging. Some well-intentioned colleague might suggest take a class or read a book, but the leader who aspires to become a better listener will often respond with, "I've taken that class," or "I've read that book." Now what? Moving from the 75th to the 90th percentile is a formidable challenge for most leaders. This is the hardest part of the climb because the obvious things have been done. The logical, intuitive actions have all been tried. Furthermore, is building a strength simply a continuation of the same things that you did to acquire the basic skill? Or are there more effective ways to develop that B behavior into an A?